Yeah, welcome back. On RealCopStoriesVideos.com, 359 cop stories. Look them up, 7 to 9 minutes, depending on content. Vice, narcotics, gangs, foot pursuits. Got gross alerts on a lot of vice stories that kind of funny and very gross. Sticky floors and all that good stuff. So I can't forget that stuff. I got drag queens I'm chasing drag queens with phony hair and nylons and breast implants. Okay, look those up. They're pretty good. In addition to that, over 160 questions and answers. You ask me a question, I'm answering those, and I'll answer directly if you ask me, and then we'll put it on tape. So if you want to ask me a question, email me at rsbcopstories@gmail.com, and I'll answer your questions. The question came up is, what did I do in the '84 Olympics? I got another story here for you. We were, some of our responsibility, well, it was our responsibility, was to work Westwood Village. And so people don't know about that place. It's like a Times Square, but not all the buildings. It's just, I don't know, what do you say, about maybe 8 blocks, 10 blocks square, something like that. Really nice though. Restaurants, stores, theaters, they have premieres there. Whenever you see a premiere, you hear Westwood Village or by UCLA, you know, all these movies that come out there, they're, you know, The Rock, and they're having right there. They close off the streets and they have these little kind of small theaters, not really big like Chinese theater, but, you know, and they have premieres. People stand on the street and wave at all their fans and stuff. Nice area. So we were told that we at times we have to get out of our car because they want us to walk footbeats in there. And so I like getting out. In the car is one thing, and I like being in the car, but getting out in uniform, yeah, it sounds corny, but it's nice to get out there with the people and walk around. I mean, I came on this job at that time 12 years earlier to help people and be with them and not just sit in the car and wave at people. It's not like, you know, what am I, the Pope? You know, with a dome around me waving? No. We're supposed to be out there. So one of the nights we're briefing, there's like 30 of us now. We have not just gang officers, but other officers are in this briefing. And the commander comes out, another commander, not the another commander of my other story, but this different commander comes out and he says, all right, I want you guys all on footbeats today. We have assigned districts, you know, like this is your 4 blocks, this is your 4 blocks, you know, in other words, 2 and 2, over here. So they have everything covered. And the people are actually walking, had everything lit up, even the alleys were lit up because there's parking structures and they wanted cops to walk the alleys, which makes sense. You know, that's where the crimes are going to occur. Not going to occur out here in front of a theater where there's a premiere. It's going to happen in an alley or a parking structure. So they assigned people to go. So that was good. At least it got the businesses some lights. You know, the city came in there, put street lights everywhere, which is fine. They've been derelict for years. So anyway, so I had a partner. This partner I had was I consider myself, without this mask on, about a 6 on a 10 scale of good looks. Okay, just above ugly, but not quite below semi-okay. My partner was a 9. Tall, Latin, played Nebraska football, good-looking guy. Skinny, flat stomach. I mean, I was skinny, flat stomach, but this guy was just, I don't want to stand next to the guy, okay? Because it's, wow. Okay, anyway. Good-looking kid. And single, which is a mistake, okay? So, now we're walking Westwood Village. The west side of beauties are all over the place. Okay, now, and in addition to just being nice women around there all over the place, in a normal weekend, with the Olympics in town, there are Swedish volleyball players. Yeah, my friend over there nodding his head. Wow. Okay. There's you know a team of volleyball players. Really like volleyball players. Apparently that's where the venue was. That's where they're going to play, around there somewhere. You know, Denmark women's volleyball, and they walk around in, I'm not calling it packs, but they walk around in groups together, obviously because they don't speak hardly any English, and they're all. I'm 6'4", and partner's 6'1". They're all 6 foot tall, blonde. Okay, if you're into that sort of thing, honey. I mean, they're not from the German shot put teams, put it this way. Okay, they're gorgeous, all of them. There isn't one that isn't, not a single one. And so okay, so now we're walking down the street, and they're walking this way. And of course, they see us, you know, in uniform, which is a nice thing. And they, you know, because they see us, and they're all excited because people around the world still watch Adam 12, Dragnet, you know, all these cop shows. A lot of them aren't West Coast cop shows, but they still get a lot of reruns and stuff. So, and they still see officers, any officer, that, whoa, you know, so here we are in person. And they walk up and they're standing all around us and they're pointing at this. What is this for? What is that for? And, you know, and I'm just answering, you know, I'm a happily married man, and still am, 46 years later. But I'm watching this and, trying to answer the question. I'm looking over here and these gals, they were like drooling over my partner. Because, you know, I'm wearing my ring finger, he's not. And they're asking him, are you married? No, I'm not. And that was it. As soon as he said he's not married, they were just hanging on the guy, okay? Maybe I'm jealous. Anyway, but really fun to watch. Very interesting to watch. And of course, we were told at the briefing that I was back to the briefing that everybody's here from all over the world, so act accordingly. And then he says, and I don't want to hear any word about someone losing their badge, because that means you're selling the badge. Because on the internet apparently, and the word was that some officers were actually selling their badge for $300 or $400 for people from like Europe, from Germany and France and all that. And you could easily just say, hey, I lost my badge, make a report, pay $16 to get a new badge. Well, they were well aware of that. The people upstairs going, be no badge losses during this period. You better explain, have a police report and witnesses that you lost your badge righteously. Not you woke up and I forgot where it was. Okay, that's what most guys say. So anyway, so we got briefed on that. Okay, so then they said, feel free to, got to word this carefully. They had to word it carefully. We were able to do what he meant. That people want to take pictures with you because you're the bomb. You're the guys. Okay, and you go, now be aware. And you give all these. It reminds me when I was in the Marine Corps. Another side note, when I was in Memphis, Tennessee, and they're giving us briefings about the local population, how all the women wanted to marry us because we're going to Vietnam, and you die over there and they get 25,000, they marry another Marine. That was the ongoing thing there during the Vietnam War. They around all the bases, marry a young guy who's 18 years old, probably his first girl he ever had, marry him, put on insurance, they know he's going to Nam, gets killed, they get a check, as soon as the check clears, they're at base, get another guy. We were told there was a lot of women doing that. So I'm like, and I was 18 years old, this guy's telling me this, got a million stripes, and I'm going to believe him. Okay, I don't want any of that. I wanted to wear a body condom the whole time I was there in Tennessee because the women there were really pretty. But anyway, I'm on a side note again. I'm sorry about that. So he says, okay, so watch out. He says, and he says, and he's pretty good. He goes, now, he says, how many guys, remember there was like 50 of us in there. He goes, how many guys in here are not married? Maybe half raise their hands. Okay, he goes, okay. But like one of those capers, but he goes, we're not here to take war brides. Oh my God, he's already trying to lecture us on morality, right? He goes, I don't want to get any of these women coming to the station complaining that you guys bet them and left them. And I mean, he's going on and on about this. I'm going, we're all adults here, okay? Come on. The ages here is probably anywhere between 24 and 30 years of age. I work with partners that were single. They're going to do what they're going to do anyway, okay? It's the way it is. It's for some reason, women are attracted to firemen. Women are attracted to policemen. Whatever floats your boat, So anyway, so he's giving a lecture on morality. I went, I don't need this, okay? So that was interesting. Okay, so then, so then we all. So now I'm back to we're walking footbeats. So, I mean, I'm talking pockets of women coming through from different countries, like Spain, and then we spoke Spanish. So now they're all happy because we speak Spanish, and they're asking us where we can go get them to eat, and do they want to join us after our shift? Oh my gosh, And again, my friend looking at me over here. The Spanish volleyball team. Spanish women divers. It's like, whoa, But anyway, I'm making fun of this, but it was interesting to watch all that was going on here, all the dynamics, and and I think my partner said at the end of the shift, we were out there. Well, we only walked footbeat like 4 hours, and the other 4 hours we drove around. He said I got like 15 phone numbers. I said, what? He goes, yeah, I can pick and choose. I'm like, okay. He goes, oh yeah, that one. I'm going, oh man, I can't believe this guy. Okay, we just got lectured by the commander, but you can't lecture this. It's just something that's going to happen. We're women, in the heart of Los Angeles. Yeah, right. Anyway, that was interesting to watch. Okay, and then to finish this off, do I have enough time for one little one? I think I do. Right? Okay. So the next day I'm with this partner, and talk about going from fun, women, volleyball players, lights, funsies. Our assignment this night to go up behind UCLA, and there's a dam up there, a reservoir. I didn't know it was even in there. Okay, and we drove into our sergeant met us there, opened the gates to this reservoir, huge buildings that are the pumper stations in front, and our job was to patrol there was a road that went I'm talking about a road that maybe 4 miles. It went all the way around the reservoir, all the way up the hills, and all the way back again. Patrol that and patrol the power pump station because they're afraid that terrorists are going to blow up the pumps and there's enough water in here to basically flood out the entire University of California, Los Angeles. So we only had one key, so he locks us in the gates. Now we're behind this thing with some cold food, basically just sitting there in the dark. Nothing to do. So we get out, we're throwing rocks across the water. Nothing to do. There's nobody. It's midnight now. There isn't a soul out here. It's like Tuesday night. All the homes around here are multi-million-dollar homes, you know, up in the hills, out all around Westwood Village. So we get in the car, we drive around, you know, all the way around, and Skip Stone's up there, and then, oh my gosh, you know, so we're like, you know, feel like getting on the radio and go, hey, sorry, you there? Okay, the next sound you're going to hear is 2 gunshots. You know, anyway, so that was our assignment after all the fun and the women and all this stuff. So, you know, it's high and then it's low. Okay, so we were there from about 8 at night to like 4 in the morning to make sure the terrorists didn't blow up those pumps. Very important, you know. So I think it was more like perception. I think they were putting the word out because it wasn't a kept secret. It just said they were protecting all the reservoirs and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure they did it as a thing, a PR move to let the public know, the citizens know what we're doing. And also, if anybody's interested in doing this, they're going to think, well, maybe they're sitting there guarding the pumps, which we were, but maybe it deterred something. You know, who knows? Nobody ever knows what deters or what encourages or what prevents anything when it comes to law enforcement. You don't know. You just do your job, and then, you know, people later on might say or not say that things were prevented or not happened because you were there, or the perception that there were cops everywhere, and we're not everywhere. So, but anyway, those are 2 little stories, and I'll come back with another one in a little bit, and I hope you enjoyed them. Bye-bye.